Hello everyone. My name is Yasuhiko Yamazaki. I am a japansese independent journalist based on internet media. I am also a political and social activist. I am broadcasting every day in Japanese YYNewsLive, except Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. in local time for more than 8 years. Approximately 500 persons are watching every time. I started English-Japanese broadcast biweekly on Wednesday night from the 7th 2015 in order to talk directly to 1.4 billions of English speakers around the world to let them know the hidden and unknown truths on Japan and the world. Subject of today, I want to ask the leaders of governments around the world to absolutely cancel the dispatch of the teams to Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics Games, scheduled in Tokyo in July this year. There are 3 reasons for this. Reason 1. There will be a great risk that the athletes and the officials coming to Japan are infected with coronavirus and their safety cannot be guaranteed. In Japan, the state of emergency has been issued in 11 cities nationwide including Tokyo, and corona pandemic is now rampant. However, the government of Japan, controlled by the Liberal Democratic Party, plans to forcibly lift the state of emergency on May 31st and declare that the peak of the corona pandemic has been exceeded and the Olympics Games will be held as scheduled. However, the current situation with about 100 deaths and about 6,000 newly infected people a day may worsen in the future, but it cannot be improved. Even if vaccinated in their own country, there is a high risk that athletes and officials dispatched would be infected with coronavirus during the Olympic Games. Reason 2. Japan's medical system collapses. If Olympic-Paralympic Games are held in Tokyo, at least 10,000 athletes and officials would come to Japan. At least 1,000 Japanese medical personnel would be mobilized during the period to prevent corona pandemic. This would surely collapse the Japanese medical system, which is still tight. Reason 3. The huge Olympic concessions would be distributed by holding Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics Games. The government Japan, controlled by the Liberal Democratic Party, and the Japanese Olympic Committee, JOC, prioritize holding the Olympics Games over preventive measures against corona pandemics. The government of Japan, controlled by the Liberal Democratic Party, and the Japanese Olympic Committee, JOC, believe that holding the Tokyo Olympics is more important than life of the people. This can be seen in the fact that Japan's vaccination rate is unusually low at 3.7%, ranking 118th out of 186 countries in the world. By the way, the vaccination rate of the UK is 79.5%, the US is 78.7%, Canada's 42.3%, and Germany is 42.2%. The government of Japan, dominated by the Liberal Democratic Party, and the Japanese Olympic Committee, JOC, think that it would be good if it could be held and broadcasted on TV even if there were no spectators. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, led by Chairman Bach, also relentlessly insists on holding the Olympics. Why is that? This is because for the Japanese government, dominated by the Liberal Democratic Party, and the JOC, Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics Games are a huge concessions of 3,140 trillion yen, and if they were cancelled, the concessions could not be in the pocket. Also for Bach, IOC chairman, Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics Games are a huge concessions of 700 billion yen that was made by giving to NBC the exclusive international right of TV broadcasting, and if they are cancelled, the concessions could not be in the pocket. If the governments of each country dispatch a team to Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics Games, and the games are held in Tokyo as scheduled, the giant Olympics concessions would be distributed to the Japanese government, dominated by the Liberal Democratic Party, JOC, and IOC as scheduled. Each governments would help the distribution of the Olympic concessions. And